These exercises are for the motion of your neck. There are 6 different motions or 6 directions that you can move your neck. The first is to bring your chin down towards your chest, and the opposite of that, looking straight up at the ceiling. So chin to chest, straight back at the ceiling. There's 2 ways you can rotate your neck. To rotate, you basically look over one shoulder as far as you can, and then turn and look over the other shoulder. Look over one shoulder, and then over the other shoulder. And the last movements are tilting your head to the side, so bring one ear down towards your shoulder, and then the other ear to the shoulder. It's important with these ones not to try to bring your shoulder to your ear. So ear to shoulder on the other side, and ear to shoulder again. Good.
This exercise is called the pendulum exercise, and while standing, you lean forward so that you're at a 90-degree angle with your hips, and you start by taking your arm and swinging it back and forth, and keep doing this a couple times, and then you can switch to side, and the idea is to loosen up and to kind of hang there. And then once you've done that, you start rotating the arm in circles. And these exercises are meant to work the shoulder. These next exercises are pole presses, and you stand feet shoulder width apart with some sort of pole in your hands. And the first one of these exercises, you start with it out in front, and your hands should be grabbing it shoulder width apart. And then you start with it against your body below your hips, and then you lift it over your head. And you repeat this a couple times. The second exercise is where you take the pole and you put it behind your back. And now, like this, you also try to lift it as high as possible. You may also do these exercises with your hands close together, as close as possible on the pole, so very tight. And do them again, and then once again behind the back as well. For these shoulder exercises, you will require a weight, either a dumbbell or a soup can, or something similar which is easily held in one hand but has some weight to it, approximately 3 pounds. You hold the weight in the hand of the arm which you wish to exercise, and you stand, feet shoulder width apart, and you start with your arm down, and then you take your arm and you put it over your head, so right up and over your head, trying to keep your arm going completely away from your body the entire time, avoiding bringing it forward or backward. Like so. And once you've done this, the next exercise is where you bring your arm approximately 30 degrees forward of your body, and then you repeat the motion. So from the hip up to the head. And you want to keep that 30-degree line, as this will exercise a different group of muscles.
This exercise is for the muscles that lift the arm directly in front of the body, or the shoulder flexors. The patient is standing or can be seated, small weight is in the hand, and with the arm fairly straight, you're just going to lift the weight straight up in front of you, above your head, and down and relax. Lift up and relax. Keep the arm almost straight in front of your body as you do this. It shouldn't be moving out to the side. And you don't have to have your elbow locked. There can be a slight bend in your arm. Good. This exercise is to strengthen the internal rotators of the shoulder. The patient's lying on their back with their elbow tucked into their waist, their arm bent at 90 degrees with a small weight in their hand. And the movement is just to lift the weight up towards them across their stomach. Let the weight fall to the outside. Lift the weight in, turning the shoulder in as the arm comes across the stomach. Let the hand drop, and then lift it up across your stomach. Good. This exercise is to strengthen the external rotator muscles of the shoulders. Those are the muscles that turn the arm outwards from the body. The patient's lying on their side with a small weight in their hand, and the elbow is tucked in tight to the waist. The movement is to lift the weight upwards away from the body, keeping the elbow against the body. All the way out, then let the hand fall back across, and then lift up and away. Make sure that that elbow stays tucked in to the waist. Good. This exercise is for the muscles that bring the arm across the body. The patient's lying on their back with a small weight in their hand. The arm is raised to shoulder height with the elbow fairly straight. And the action is to lift the weight up and over the body, keeping the arm still straight and still at shoulder height. And then lower. So lift the weight and bring it into the middle. You don't need to go farther than the middle. And lower. Lift into the middle and lower.